In the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where the canopy is so dense that sunlight barely kisses the forest floor, whispers of an ancient civilization persist, one untouched by time, hidden from the eyes of the modern world. Many have sought it, all have failed. Among them was Dr. Jonathan Moore, a renowned archaeologist with a reputation for unearthing the world's most elusive secrets. His disappearance became one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 21st century. Emily Carter sat at her cluttered desk in the dimly lit archives of the British Museum. Stacks of ancient manuscripts and artifacts surrounded her, each whispering tales of bygone eras. A junior curator with a passion for the unexplained, Emily was lost in a 16th-century explorer's journal when a sharp knock pulled her back to the present. "Come in," she called, adjusting her glasses. The heavy oak door creaked open to reveal a tall man in a crisp suit. His silver hair was neatly combed, and his piercing blue eyes held a mix of urgency and secrecy. "Miss Carter?" he inquired. "Yes, that's me." He stepped inside, closing the door behind him. "My name is Arthur Harrington. I represent the Moore estate." Emily's heart skipped a beat. "As in Dr. Jonathan Moore?" "Precisely." She motioned for him to sit. "How can I assist you, Mr. Harrington?" He handed her a sealed envelope embossed with a wax seal bearing the Moore family crest, a raven clutching a key. Dr. Moore left explicit instructions that this letter be delivered to you in the event of his absence. Emily's hands trembled as she accepted the envelope. "I don't understand. I never met Dr. Moore personally. He was aware of your work and believed you possessed the necessary skills to assist in a matter of great importance." Curiosity overwhelmed her. Breaking the seal, she unfolded the letter. "Dear Miss Carter, if you are reading this, it means I have not returned from my expedition. Time is of the essence. Enclosed are coordinates and a map that lead to a location deep within the Amazon rainforest. I have reason to believe that the lost city of Zephyrus lies there, a civilization predating all known to man. I need someone I can trust to continue my work. Be cautious. There are those who would do anything to possess the secrets hidden within Zephyrus. Regards, Dr. Jonathan Moore." Emily looked up, her eyes wide. "This must be a mistake. Why me?" "Dr. Moore was quite specific," Arthur replied. "He admired your research on ancient civilizations and your aptitude for solving complex riddles." She glanced back at the letter, noticing a smaller envelope tucked within. Opening it, she found a worn map and a set of cryptic symbols. "I don't know what to say," she whispered. "There's more," Arthur added, pulling out a journal from his briefcase. "This is Dr. Moore's personal journal from his previous expeditions. He wanted you to have it." Emily ran her fingers over the leather-bound cover. "This is invaluable." "Indeed. However, I must warn you, the journey ahead is fraught with danger." Dr. Moore disappeared without a trace. The same fate could befall anyone who follows. She met his gaze, determination hardening her features. "I appreciate the concern, but I need to know what happened to him." Arthur nodded solemnly. "Very well. Should you decide to proceed, a chartered plane will be ready for you in 3 days. All expenses will be covered by the Moore estate." 3 days? That's hardly any time to prepare. "Time is of the essence, Miss Carter. The window of opportunity is closing." As Arthur stood to leave, he handed her a business card. "Contact me once you've made your decision." Left alone with the artifacts and her racing thoughts, Emily knew her life was about to change forever. Over the next 2 days, Emily delved into Dr. Moore's journal. Pages were filled with sketches of ancient temples, transcriptions of hieroglyphs, and musings about Zephyrus, a city rumored to harness powers beyond imagination. One entry stood out. June 14th. The locals speak of a guardian, a sentinel that protects Zephyrus from outsiders. Many have tried to breach the city's walls, only to vanish without a trace. I must proceed with caution. Emily realized she couldn't undertake this journey alone. She needed a team, experts who could navigate the perils ahead. Her first call was to Dr. Samuel Alvarez, a seasoned anthropologist and her former mentor. "Emily, it's been too long," Samuel greeted warmly. "Samuel, I need your help. It's urgent." After explaining the situation, there was a pause. "You're serious about this?" Absolutely. Will you join me? He chuckled softly. An adventure into uncharted territory? How could I refuse? Next, she reached out to Maya Singh, a brilliant linguist specializing in ancient languages. Count me in, Maya said without hesitation. Deciphering unknown scripts is my idea of fun. Finally, she contacted Liam O'Reilly, a rugged survivalist and expert tracker familiar with the Amazon's treacherous terrain. Risky expeditions are my specialty, Liam replied. Just promise there'll be excitement. With her team assembled, Emily informed Arthur of her decision. Excellent, he said. I'll make the necessary arrangements. The small plane soared over the lush canopy of the Amazon rainforest, endless green stretching in all directions. The team sat in quiet contemplation, each lost in their thoughts. Liam broke the silence. We're approaching the drop zone. From here on, it's all jungle. The plane landed on a makeshift airstrip, a clearing carved out among the trees. A local guide named Raphael awaited them, his weathered face hinting at years of navigating the forest's secrets. Welcome to the Amazon, Raphael greeted. I'll lead you as far as the river. Beyond that, it's uncharted territory. They set off, the dense foliage closing in around them. The air was thick with humidity, and the cacophony of wildlife created an otherworldly soundtrack. As they trekked deeper, Emily consulted the map and symbols from Dr. Moore. We need to head northeast, she instructed. Hours turned into days. The team faced numerous challenges: sweltering heat, venomous creatures, and the ever-present feeling of being watched. One evening, as they set up camp, Maya examined the symbols. These markings resemble proto-language scripts, predating known civilizations. Can you translate them? Samuel asked. Not entirely, but some symbols indicate warnings or prohibitions. Typical, Liam scoffed. Ancient booby traps, curses. It's like we're in a movie. Emily pondered Maya's findings. Dr. Moore mentioned a guardian. We need to be cautious. Raphael stoked the fire. The stories are true, he said solemnly. My people speak of El Custodio, the keeper. Those who seek Zephyrus without pure intentions meet a terrible fate. An uneasy silence fell over the group. On the fifth day, they stumbled upon a clearing dominated by an enormous obsidian obelisk, its surface etched with intricate carvings. This isn't on any record, Samuel whispered, awestruck. Emily approached the monolith, running her fingers over the cool stone. These carvings match the symbols from Dr. Moore's map. Maya studied the inscriptions. It's a puzzle, a sequence we need to solve to proceed. As they worked to decipher the code, the jungle around them grew eerily quiet. Anyone else feel like we're being watched? Liam muttered, his hand instinctively moving to the machete at his side. Suddenly, the ground beneath them trembled. The obelisk began to emit a low hum, vibrations coursing through the air. Step back, Raphael shouted. They retreated as a beam of light projected from the obelisk, illuminating a path through the dense forest. Well, that's not something you see every day, Liam remarked. Emily's eyes lit up. It's a guide, showing us the way to Zephyrus. They followed the illuminated path, the obelisk's beam cutting through the darkness. Hours later, they arrived at the edge of a vast chasm, rope bridge swaying precariously over the abyss. Looks sturdy enough, Liam said, testing the first plank. One by one, they crossed. Halfway across, a loud snap echoed as one of the ropes began to fray. Move quickly, Raphael urged. They raced to the other side just as the bridge gave way, collapsing into the depths below. That was too close, Maya panted. Someone doesn't want us here, Samuel observed. Emerging from the jungle, they stood before an awe-inspiring sight, the lost city of Zephyrus. Towering structures of stone and gold rose from the forest floor, connected by bridges adorned with hanging gardens. Waterfalls cascaded from the cliffs, feeding into crystal-clear pools. It's breathtaking, Emily whispered. As they ventured into the city, they noticed the absence of any signs of life. Where is everyone? Liam asked. Samuel examined the surroundings. It's as if the inhabitants vanished overnight. They approached a grand temple at the city's center. The entrance was guarded by statues depicting warriors with eyes made of precious gems. Maya read an inscription above the doorway. Only those who prove their worth may enter. How do we do that? Liam questioned. Before anyone could respond, the ground shook once more. The statue's eyes glowed, and a deep voice echoed. State your purpose. Startled, they looked around for the source. Emily stepped forward. We seek knowledge and the truth about Zephyrus. Silence followed, then the voice responded. Truth comes at a price. Are you willing to pay it? Exchanging glances, they nodded in unison. We are. The temple doors creaked open, revealing a vast chamber illuminated by shafts of light. The walls were adorned with murals depicting the city's history, its rise, its people, and a catastrophic event that led to its isolation. Look at this. Samuel pointed to a mural showing a celestial object descending from the sky. An asteroid? Maya speculated. Or something else, Emily mused, noting the figures worshipping the object. At the chamber's center stood a pedestal holding a glowing orb. That must be the city's power source, Liam guessed. Emily approached the orb. This could be a relic of immense significance. As she reached out, Raphael grabbed her arm. Do not touch it. Why not? He pointed to an inscription. It warns of dire consequences for those who disturb the sacred relic. Ignoring the warning, a shadow emerged from behind a pillar, a figure draped in tattered robes, eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. You were warned, the figure hissed. The figure stepped into the light, revealing features both human and ethereal. El Custodio, Raphael whispered, eyes wide with fear. I am the guardian, the being declared. You trespass in sacred ground. We mean no harm, Emily pleaded. We seek knowledge. Many have come with false intentions. Why should I trust you? Maya stepped forward. We wish to learn from your people, to preserve your history. The guardian's gaze softened slightly. Words are meaningless without proof. Suddenly, the murals around them animated, scenes playing out like a living story. They witnessed the arrival of the celestial object, a meteor containing a powerful energy source. The people of Zephyrus harnessed this energy, advancing their civilization beyond imagination. But greed and lust for power corrupted some, leading to internal strife. To protect the city's legacy, the Guardian was appointed to conceal Zephyrus from the world until a worthy seeker arrived. You must prove your purity of heart, the Guardian said. How? Emily asked. A trial, the Guardian replied. Each of you will face your deepest fears. Only then will you be deemed worthy. The chamber shifted, and they found themselves separated, each in their own ethereal space. Emily's trial. Emily stood alone in a vast library, books towering above her. A voice echoed. You have sought knowledge all your life, but at what cost? She watched as scenes from her past unfolded. Missed family gatherings, lost relationships, all sacrificed for her career. Do you regret your choices? The voice asked. Tears welled in her eyes. I've always believed that uncovering the past was my purpose. But purpose without connection leaves one hollow. I understand now, she whispered. I want to share my discoveries, not just seek them for myself. A warm light enveloped her. You have faced your truth. Liam's trial. Liam found himself in a dark forest, the sounds of battle echoing around him. Figures emerged, comrades he had lost during his time as a soldier. Why did you survive while we perished? They accused. Guilt consumed him. I couldn't save you. I tried. You've run from your past, masking your pain with danger. He fell to his knees. I'm sorry. I carry you with me every day. Acceptance is the first step to healing. Maya's trial. Maya stood before a wall of indecipherable scripts, her greatest passion thwarted. You fear irrelevance, the voice taunted. Without your gift, who are you? She clawed at the wall, desperation mounting. My worth isn't solely defined by my skills. Then what defines you? She paused. My compassion, my connections with others, my desire to make a difference. Wisdom lies in understanding oneself. Samuel's trial. Samuel faced a mirror reflecting his younger self. You've devoted your life to guiding others, but neglect your own dreams. He saw visions of opportunities passed by, adventures never taken. I wanted to be there for my students, he defended. But in doing so, you've stifled your own potential. He took a deep breath. It's not too late to embrace new experiences. The team reassembled in the chamber, each bearing a newfound understanding. The Guardian observed them. You have faced your inner demons and emerged enlightened. Does this mean we're worthy? Emily asked. The Guardian nodded. Zephyrus welcomes you. Our knowledge is yours to share, but with it comes great responsibility. The walls shifted, revealing a hidden archive filled with scrolls, artifacts, and advanced technology beyond their wildest dreams. This is incredible, Samuel marveled. Use this wisely, the Guardian cautioned. The fate of many rests upon your actions. As they began cataloging the discoveries, Raphael lingered at the chamber's edge, a conflicted expression on his face. Later that evening, Emily found him staring out over the city's expanse. Is everything all right? She asked. He hesitated. There's something I must confess. Before he could continue, a thunderous explosion rocked the temple. They rushed outside to find armed mercenaries swarming the city, led by a man with a sinister grin. Dr. Carter, so glad to finally meet you, the man sneered. Who are you? She demanded. Victor Hale, at your service. Let's skip the pleasantries. Hand over the artifacts. How did you find this place? Liam growled. Victor glanced at Raphael. Thanks to our mutual friend here. Emily's eyes widened. Raphael, how could you? I'm sorry, Raphael pleaded. They threatened my family. The Guardian appeared, confronting the intruders. You are not welcome here. Victor laughed. A hologram? Cute trick. He fired his weapon, but the bullets passed through the Guardian, who summoned energy from the orb, creating a protective barrier around the team. Stay behind me, the Guardian instructed. A fierce battle ensued. The Guardian's powers held the mercenaries at bay, but Victor revealed a device that emitted a pulse, disrupting the energy field. Technology borrowed from your precious artifacts, Victor mocked. The Guardian faltered, the barrier weakening. We can't let them take the city's treasures, Maya urged. Emily thought quickly. The orb, the city's power source. If we can remove it, perhaps we can stop them. But the warnings, Samuel cautioned. We have no choice. They raced back to the temple. Emily reached for the orb, and with a deep breath, lifted it from its pedestal. The city trembled, structures cracking as the energy sustaining them dissipated. We need to get out of here, Liam shouted. The Guardian appeared beside them, now fading. You must leave. The city will not hold much longer. Come with us, Emily pleaded. My time has ended. Thank you for honoring our legacy. They fled as Zephyrus began collapsing, ancient towers crumbling and bridges falling into the abyss. Navigating the crumbling city was a race against time. The pathways they had used were now impassable. This way, Liam led them toward an alternate route Raphael had mentioned earlier. Raphael stumbled behind them, guilt weighing heavily. Why should we trust you now? Liam snapped. Because I know a way out, Raphael insisted. Please, let me make this right. Reluctantly, they followed him through a network of tunnels beneath the city. Victor and his men pursued them, the sounds of gunfire echoing. Keep moving, Samuel urged. They reached an exit leading back into the jungle. The city's collapse had triggered a chain reaction, with the surrounding terrain becoming unstable. Head for higher ground, Raphael directed. They climbed as the earth shook, reaching a plateau overlooking what was once Zephyrus. The city had vanished, consumed by the forest and time. Victor was nowhere to be seen. Do you think he made it out? Maya asked. I don't know, Emily replied. But we can't worry about that now. Raphael approached them cautiously. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I am truly sorry. Emily studied him. You put us all in danger. I know. I was weak, but I helped you escape. Samuel placed a hand on Emily's shoulder. Perhaps we can give him a chance to make amends. She sighed. Very well, but any trust will have to be earned. Returning to civilization was surreal. They carried with them the orb and knowledge that could change the world. What do we do now? Liam asked as they gathered at a safe house arranged by Arthur. Emily looked at the orb. This power is too great for any one person or organization. Agreed, Samuel said. But hiding it away doesn't feel right either. Maya suggested, what if we share the knowledge responsibly? Use it to benefit humanity without revealing its source. That could work, Emily nodded. But first, we need to ensure the orb is secure. Arthur entered the room, having been updated on their ordeal. You've done remarkable work, he praised. The Moore estate can provide resources to protect the orb and disseminate the knowledge appropriately. Thank you, Emily said. But there's still the matter of Victor Hale. If he survived, he won't stop pursuing this. I'll handle Hale, Arthur assured them. He has enemies who would be interested in his misadventures. Raphael stepped forward. I wish to help. Let me atone for my actions. Emily considered his offer. Very well. We can use all the help we can get. Over the following months, the team worked tirelessly to analyze the data and artifacts salvaged from Zephyrus. They published papers on new energy sources, sustainable technologies, and advanced medical practices, carefully omitting any direct references to the Lost City. Their work garnered international acclaim, sparking innovations and collaborations worldwide. One evening, as Emily was leaving the university, she noticed a black car trailing her. Her heart quickened. Had Victor returned? She called Liam. I think I'm being followed. Stay where you are. I'm on my way, he instructed. The car pulled up beside her, and the window rolled down to reveal Victor Hale, a sinister smile on his face. Miss Carter, we meet again. She stood her ground. What do you want? You've made quite the impact with your recent publications. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable advancements, ones that couldn't possibly have been achieved without a little help. Your obsession is dangerous, Victor. He chuckled. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and I intend to claim what's mine. Before she could respond, Liam arrived on his motorcycle, positioning himself between Emily and Victor. Is there a problem here? Liam asked coldly. Ah, the loyal protector, Victor sneered. This isn't over. He sped away, leaving a trail of threats hanging in the air. Realizing that Victor was a persistent threat, the team decided to confront him directly. Using Arthur's connections, they tracked Victor to an abandoned facility where he was amassing resources for his next move. Under the cover of night, they infiltrated the facility. The atmosphere was tense, shadows dancing under flickering lights. Stay alert, Liam cautioned. They split into pairs, Emily with Liam and Maya with Samuel, each tasked with disabling different parts of Victor's operation. As Emily and Liam navigated the corridors, they overheard Victor speaking with his associates. We need to retrieve the orb. With its power, we can control global markets, Victor declared. Not if we stop you, Emily whispered to herself. They set charges to disrupt the facility's power grid. Just as they were about to leave, Victor appeared, flanked by armed guards. Going somewhere, he taunted. Your plans end here, Emily retorted. Victor laughed. You're outnumbered and outmatched. Suddenly, an explosion rocked the building. The charges set by Maya and Samuel had detonated earlier than planned. Chaos ensued. In the confusion, Liam engaged the guards while Emily pursued Victor. She cornered him in a laboratory filled with stolen artifacts. Give it up, Victor. He sneered. You don't have the resolve to stop me. He lunged at her, but she dodged, causing him to stumble into a precarious stack of equipment. Sparks flew as machinery collapsed. You're blinded by greed, Emily shouted over the noise. And you're blinded by naivete, he spat back. The world isn't changed by idealists. As the facility began to crumble, Emily realized they needed to escape. Walk away now, Victor, or you'll perish here. He glared at her, weighing his options. This isn't over. He fled through an emergency exit as the building continued to collapse. Emily regrouped with the team outside. Did you get him? Maya asked. He got away, but his operation is in ruins, Emily replied. Months passed without any sign of Victor Hale. The team continued their work, making significant strides in various fields. One day, Emily received a package, an unmarked envelope containing a single piece of paper with a simple message. Thank you for sparing me. Until we meet again. She knew Victor was still out there, but took comfort in the fact that his influence had waned. The team gathered to celebrate their successes. To making a difference, Samuel toasted. To unexpected adventures, Maya added. To trusted friends, Liam smiled. To the mysteries yet to be uncovered, Emily concluded. As they clinked glasses, Emily reflected on their journey. The challenges faced, the knowledge gained, and the bonds forged. Years later, the world had indeed transformed. Clean energy-powered cities, diseases once thought incurable were eradicated, and a new era of cooperation dawned. Emily stood on a stage at the United Nations, addressing a global audience. We are at a pivotal moment in history, she began. The advancements we've made are a testament to what we can achieve when we prioritize knowledge, responsibility, and unity. As she spoke, she noticed a familiar face in the crowd. Victor Hale, watching intently but making no move. She continued, "Let us remember that with great power comes great responsibility. The future depends on the choices we make today." After the speech, she stepped outside to find Victor waiting. "You've done well," he admitted begrudgingly. "Why are you here, Victor?" "To offer a truce. Perhaps it's time to put the past behind us." She studied him, searching for sincerity. "And why should I trust you?" "Because even I can see the value in what you've created." She extended her hand. "Then let's work toward a better future together." He shook it. Agreed. Despite the progress, the true story of Zephyrus remained a secret shared only among those who had been there. The city's legacy lived on through the advancements it inspired, a testament to the potential hidden within the world. And though the mystery of Dr. Jonathan Moore's disappearance was never fully solved, Emily held hope that one day, they might uncover the final pieces of the puzzle. Until then, the lost city of Zephyrus remained an unsolved mystery, a beacon of wonder that reminded humanity to seek knowledge, embrace responsibility, and never stop exploring the unknown. The tale of Emily Carter and the lost city of Zephyrus serves as a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge is a journey fraught with challenges, ethical dilemmas, and the constant need for self-reflection. As we venture into uncharted territories, be they physical landscapes or realms of thought, we must carry with us humility, integrity, and the understanding that some mysteries are not meant to be solved, but rather appreciated for the questions they pose and the possibilities they inspire.